Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Welcome to Supernatural Saturday. And today's meditation is about deliberate transcendence. And what does that really mean? And we're going to get into that in just a couple of moments. But it is a fascinating time we're living in. If you cannot overcome your mind and your body, you'll be subjective to it, or you'll be subjective to the thoughts, ideas, and beliefs of other people. This is so important to understand that if you cannot rise above your subjectivity to your own thoughts and your body, then you will remain subjective to them and also subjective to the thoughts and ideas of other people. And in the meditation, you have the opportunity to actually experience your mind getting quieter, deliberately quieter, and your body becoming more subservient or more sentient relative to your awareness of it. And I've got my higher self with me again today, but I also have Master Buddha, who's really about the middle path, the place where you are neither here nor there, but you are aware. You are aware of the up, you're aware of the down, but you're attached to none. You're simply being, doing, being, which essentially means that there's no attachment to things having to be a certain way, but your recognition based on the awareness of what is directs and organizes your behaviors physiologically. Your awareness directs and organizes your behaviors and your thoughts from the perspective of awareness, as opposed to the expectance of, as opposed to the dictates of the world or the senses. And yeah, so being able to transcend, deliberate transcend your mind and your body deliberately. It is a process that many of the great mystics and teachers throughout the years have found that has taken many years to get to a place where they have finally mastered their mind. In other words, their mind does not talk to them unless it's directed to respond to their thinking. If they reflect on consciousness, they're not thinking about mind, they're talking to source energy. Getting your mind quiet and still, and your body quiet and still, is your first step to beginning to understand the meaning and truth of transcendence, and what that means to transcend. Because there's a lot of talk about this ascension process and what it really means. And transcending or ascending, you could substitute the terms in the context of the meditation we'll be doing today. Essentially means you are no longer subjective to the dictates of your five physical senses, and you're no longer subjective to the dictates of your memories. In other words, what you remember or what you've experienced in the past no longer directs your actions automatically. You're in a position, in a place of transcendence, to organize your thoughts and organize your body and your behavior into a way in which you know your mind and body will function optimally as servants to who you are, rather than you being the servant to them. And as most people on the planet today are feeling like they are subjective to fear, they're subjective to guilt, they're subjective to shame, they're subjective to what governments tell them, they're subjective to what other people think, say, or do. And that sense of disconnect, and it is a disconnect when you're unable to be attuned or tapped into your own inner source that is beating your heart right now, that knows how to convert food into blood and skin and bone. If you're not in touch with that intelligence, then anything you acquire from this world will not be able to compare to that. In other words, the infinite intelligence that you have a connection with, we all do, is within you right now, waiting for you to ask it questions, to get information from it, to get guidance in your actions, just as your guardian angels, the archangels, the ascended masters that are on the different planes of consciousness that they are, tune into this higher intelligence. You always want to, you cannot learn something new from what you already know. You want to go to an intelligence that's smarter than you are. And I don't care what a scientist can do in the laboratory with modifying genes. A scientist never created the genes. There's an intelligence that created genes. And it's much more prudent to talk to an intelligence that knows more than you than it is to expect someone in this world to supersede that. So transcending your mind and your body deliberately, getting them so they are open and receptive to receiving information from a higher source. Getting your mind and your body open and receptive to receiving information from a higher source. That higher source is in you right now. It is directing the flow of your blood. It is directing the current that makes your heart beat. It is ensuring that there's a flow of electricity between the synapses in your brain. It is directing the activities in the marrow of your bones to maintain your immune system. It is organizing the movements of all your muscles. It is organizing and structuring your memory systems in the body. It is reorganizing your system all of the time on your behalf. And it says to you, get into a relationship with me. Ask and ye shall receive. And a lot of people have to understand that asking and receiving does not happen on a physical plane, although we can see the effects in matter. The actual transformation and change happens as a knowing inside. And so in our meditation today, we're simply going to get you to a place where your body and mind are quiet. And we're going to recommend that you choose a question that you really want the answer to. Not that you're trying, not that you're demanding, but you're open to receiving the answer, not trying to get the answer. This is really important. To not try to grasp it or grab it, but to allow it. To allow this intelligence that is only able to hear you in the silence. Because when your mind is going yeah, la, 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 inside, and that's what most people's minds are doing all the time, when you can get your mind silent and still, that is when you can hear. When your body and mind are quiet and still, that is when you can hear. And when you ask in the stillness, whatever your question is, when you ask, do not try to grasp the energy, but be open to receiving it. Now, in being open to receive it, you may get it during this process, but you may also get it, and this has happened quite frequently, especially in our courses and classes when students go and do this particular process, that you go out in the world, the answer will show up around you in different ways. It could come through a book, it could come through an event. We don't know exactly what it will be for you, but we do know that the moment you have asked, the answer is forthcoming, provided you are open to receiving it and you're not trying to get it, right? If you're trying to get it, the minute you're trying to acquire it, that's coming from a position that you don't believe you're going to receive it. Receiving does not require you run and grab something. Receiving requires that you be open to receiving. So when you ask for food in a restaurant, you don't run into the kitchen and then force the cook to make you food. You place your order, and with the waiter or waitress, and in a few minutes, the food is brought back to you prepared. So in this place of getting your body still and your mind quiet, as much as you're willing to allow, and you can repeat this process, and every time you repeat the process, it will get easier and easier to do. Your mind and your body will eventually begin to surrender, because once you start to experience that you can receive what you need and what you desire, you don't have to struggle to get it. But when you realize you can actually receive it, it doesn't mean you don't do work. Doesn't mean you don't have to get up and write a book or take the time to do things physically. But you're doing them from the perspective of what you need to do. You're not trying to acquire what you want. You're allowing it. And I know there's many other schools of thought out there that talk about this process of allowing. But once you train your mind and body to be receptive, then you go about your business without trying to get your answer or force the answer, but be open to receiving it. And it may come in the meditation today, the answer to your question. And for those of you that are just coming on, please choose one question that you want to have answered for yourself. And then in the process of getting the body and the mind quiet, you're simply going to ask the question and be open to receiving whatever response comes back from the question. Much the same way as on Shortcuts for Your Soul during the weekdays, a lot of people come here and they ask questions. And when they ask questions, I just allow the answers to come through and I just let it flow through. And you want that process to happen for yourself, because within you is the solution to every problem, the answer to every question. The dictates of every action that's going to be most conducive to your happiness and joy exists within you right now. So we're going to take a few questions before we get into the meditation. So please do consider a question that you want to have answered in this guided meditation. And again, this is about all of the work we've done on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, all the information and vibrational energies that were put towards us all are going to be integrated through this process so that you get to elevate yourself spontaneously to a natural level. It's like just allowing the energy to lift you up, but you have to allow it in order for that to occur. Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to punch up some questions here. There we go. Wonderful. Good morning, Heather. Hello. Get your water ready. That's right. Hello, Scotland. Hello, England. Hello, Newfoundland. Wonderful. Yeah, we had 15 countries on last Saturday. Hi, Suzanne. Hello, Naveed. Yes. Got a question from Naveed here. Can I ask Archangel Metatron on if the phenomenon known as the Mandela effect is real? And if so, can he explain how realities synchronize and if he has any roles in the synchronization of this? He's kind of just going, we all have roles in the synchronization of experience. There is not one dot of creation that does not participate in the creation. There is nothing that is perceptible that is exempt from its part in the creation and organization of your experiences, whether they be in time, space, or matter, or whether they be in nonlinear time, space, and matter, what you would call other dimensions, other frequencies of energy and consciousness. So we all play a role in this. I am more conscious of my role than you are of yours, which is why you have asked me this question. For I do have a degree more of awareness, but I am no less and no more part of the creation than are you. The difference is one in perceptual awareness and consciousness. You can learn to perceive and be aware of the very answers to your own questions. One of the things we're here to do today with you is to give you the opportunity to seek within yourself the source of all answers. Cool. Nice question, Naveed. Thank you so much. So today, I hope you guys are understanding this concept of getting your mind and your body, like deliberate transcendence, deliberately transcending your body and your mind as the medium for understanding what reality is for you. Because your mind and body are temporary realities. They are temporary. The mind, which is your personality, who you think you've been conditioned to think you're supposed to be, and your body are temporary instruments that you are working your life through. You're working through this part of experience called matter, time, and space. But they're only temporary mechanisms. You want to be prepared so that when the mechanism no longer functions and the mind is no longer necessary, that you are aware and awake that you still are. That you know, oh, I used that body, but that's not who I am. Oh, I remember those thoughts from that lifetime, but that's not who I am. I am this awareness that dances through infinite time and space, infinite non-time and space, experiencing limitless creations of being and doing and experientiation. That level of awareness and freedom puts a degree of fearlessness in your life, which humanity needs in great measure right now, to be in a place of fearlessness, regardless of the changes that are happening in time and space. Humanity needs to be fearless. To get to that place requires that you realize that your mind and body are merely instruments that you utilize to express your creative self through. Thank you. Question from Janine. What does a download feel like? Did I receive this yesterday? I can answer that direct. For me, Janine, a download is kind of like, it's literally like I feel something coming into the physical world. Literally, it literally is a download, and it's an energy that you feel. Like whenever I ask, like Metatron coming through just a moment ago, literally it feels like an energy comes into through the top of my head, and I feel it come into my body. A lot of you are familiar with that process of download when you hear somebody say, "You are the divine in manifestation right now," and you feel all these goosebumps go through your body. That's a download. It's an energy that's at a higher frequency that comes down into mind and matter, that you can utilize that energy, that information, to create a different manifestation in time and space. So yes, you did receive a download. And in receiving a download, what's important is to get connected to the vibration, the feeling, the awareness of the download, so you understand how to allow it to integrate into your world. Yes. They're saying right now it's important that you get yourself to a place where you are able to deliberately release anything inside yourself that would resist higher possibilities coming into your life. Like the concept that you're poor, or you don't have enough, or I can't do anything right, or any things like any thoughts or ideas that are of a lower vibrational frequency will not allow higher vibrational energy that could transcend it to come into your experience. So that's really important to understand that simple concept. Thank you so much. Great question, Janine. Question from M-Tops Academy. Does higher self hold us back until we learn the relevant lessons? For example, deliberate transcendence. No, it's saying no. The door is always open. The question is, are you fearless enough to step through it? Many of you are so attached to who you think you are. Many of you are so attached to those physical bodies that you are afraid to go outside that door, that which you are familiar with. You may go into this at any time, even now as you ask this question and receive these words. If you can feel the vibration of its truth coming into you, the nature of the vibration of truth as you experience it coming into your body will in fact reorchestrate the content of your mind and the matter of your world. The reception of truth dispels falsity. Wow. And there's a vibration of energy that happens in downloads. And again, that's what we're going to experience today. Deliberate transcendence, when you can get past everything you think about what's true or what's false, everything that your body thinks is about the world, fight or flight. When you're able to get past the body, you're able to get past the mind, then you as an awareness can begin to receive vibrational energy that will reorganize your matter and your mind and will change experience. And that's how you know when you've received a vibrational download and you feel this, oh, that feels really cool. I like that vibration. This information is great. And you get that feeling. You can get it from a book, the high-level vibrational books like Eckhart Tolle's Conversation with Gods. There's other books like that you can receive higher vibrational energies downloaded in your system. And all of a sudden, the world around you starts to look different and feel different, and you start to respond to it differently. That's when you know you're implementing or articulating a download into your material realm, because the world around you begins to be experienced differently by you, and it responds differently to you. That's the other side. Once you change, release your attachment to this governing your reality, your mind and your body. Once you release your attachment to those being the mechanisms that determine your reality, and you start to function from this higher place of deliberate transcendence, receiving higher vibrational wisdom and information, whether it's through your guides or your angels or your higher self or God or the Pleiadians or whatever higher vibrational beings are. Once you start receiving it, it starts to reorganize your conditions. And the feelings, the emotions that are with a download are very important too. The feeling of a download, that's when you're feeling it, that's when you know it's beginning to organize matter, because emotional energy is the fifth state of energy, and it organizes all matter. Emotion organizes matter. It's one of the reasons why they've been pushing us really hard to move humanity towards thoughts, behaviors, and actions of love towards ourselves and towards the world around us, because the vibration of love organizes matter very differently as an energy than does the vibration of fear. And the vibration of fear organizes conditions to not be so pleasing to us, whereas love does the reverse. It gives us great joy. Anyway, you'll experience that today if you let go of this, let go a bit. Here we go. Wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Appreciate that. Um, I'm going to normally love doggies. If you want to ask a question, place the word question in front of it, but they want me to answer this. Will I ever come across like-minded people in life? I feel so disconnected from most of humanity. This is a great question. And it's not that you're feeling disconnected to humanity. What they're telling me is you need to become consciously connected to the beings that you are connected with in energy. Stop seeking the fulfillment of your soul from this world, for your soul is fulfilled with us in light. Yes, getting into that place where you allow yourself to be connected to these higher vibrational beings, your guides, your angels, your higher self, God, infinite wisdom, whatever you want to call the different facets of limitless potential. It's not that you're getting disconnected from humans. You need to get consciously more connected to the higher vibrational energies that you've been calling in. And once you start allowing yourself to receive them in your consciousness, the people that represent that energy will start to show up around you. It's one of the reasons why you're here right now with us, because the higher vibrational intention to connect to us in these higher frequencies has drawn you to here, where you are receiving this awareness and this knowledge and this wisdom, but also they will come to you in physical reality, where you will see them on the street and you will know them as friends, as family, in a very different way. Yes, I've always been told that family is determined more by spirit than it is by biology. Very powerful thought. I'm taking out more questions here before we get into the meditation. Anyway, that was a really, really good question. Great questions today, guys. Question from right. Thank you so much. Question from Inshira. What kind of work am I doing in my dream state? Thank you. They're showing me an image of you being over Africa. I don't know why, but they're showing me that over Africa, anchoring light is what I get from this. You're literally like this white light that is literally dropping this energy of light down onto the continent of Africa. That's what you've been doing most recently. Somebody's saying that you are known as the light bearer. Cool. You are more conscious in this than most others, and that you have asked this question, you are now ready to take full responsibility for your capacity to extend light to this world in a very different way. For you can extend it more effectively when you are conscious in your body of this as well. But you are no less aware when you are not in your body. If anything, you are more aware when you are not in your body. But your body does not remember that which it does not experience with its 5 physical senses. Cool. Love that. Okay. Sorry, somebody just told me a joke in the background here. Question from Heather. Can I ask Master Jesus what he meant when he came to me in my bedroom and sat beside me when I was 7? When I spoke the words, I am going to use you for a deep purpose. Wow. He's saying it is being known to you now, but you must in choice accept it. Do not try to figure it out. But if you can remember the feeling that was then, now you will know and have your answer. Remember the feeling then, now you will have your answer. Wow. Just such a great love, Heather, such a great love, strong heart connection here between you and Master Jesus. It is in the sensation of the communication, the energy, not so much the words that were spoken to you. It is what was felt by you from him, a communion. If you remember that feeling now, you will be able to understand its meaning and implementation through your mind and body, but it is the feeling of our connection that is to direct your thoughts and actions. It is not for your thoughts and actions to try and pursue the truth, but for you to bestow the truth upon mind and body. And that can only be done from the awareness of what it is we share. And then it will be known to you. Cool. I'm not sure what all that means, but at least let us know what comes up for you, Heather. Question from Blaine. In respecting free will, would it be possible to get permission from our new iguana to care for it as we found him in the wild? I get a big yes for that. It's something behind the ear for him. The iguana, something about it needs healing behind its left ear. It needs energy to its left ear. That's the ear you speak into. Yes. You actually can ask it from the left side. So go to the left side of the iguana and simply ask it, and on an energy level, if it wants to be in union with you and your family system, right? Because the animals, 72,000 years ago, when Eden was still flourishing, 72,000 years ago, there were two suns in the sky over our earth. Not only were there two suns, but every life form knew what it needed. Because there were two suns, food grew plentifully everywhere. We did not need to eat cows and chickens and other animals. We did not need to consume the way we do today, where we now literally we're cannibalizing our brothers and sisters. Literally, we've been cannibalizing our mother without any thought. And this was not intentional, but an event of changes in circumstances as a result of our ignorance, of our not honoring and respecting the laws of love and light. Again, all these answers will be forthcoming in the next few years. What is unfolding and why. It is our time as a species to let it go, but it will come. I don't know why it keeps jumping up and down like that. Yes. Question from Sanaz. I feel a lot of energy in my body and my heart beats so fast, but I don't get anything else than that. What should I do differently to get connected? Am I doing right? Any confirmation? When we do the meditation in a couple more minutes from now, about 3 more minutes, we'll do the meditation. The ability you have as an awareness, yes, I know. They're saying you're getting caught in the phenomena of matter rather than the awareness of your being. What are you being? Do not get attached to the phenomena of matter. For you as an awareness are seeking to organize the matter to be in alignment with you rather than you seeking to remain in alignment with it. The relationship must be reversed so that you are the director of matter, not subjective to it. And you will experience this today in getting your mind and your body to that place where it gently surrenders to you, knowing that you will give it nothing but good, loveness, and kindness. It will surrender to you. And then you will understand how it is meant to be. Right? So we organize, you as an awareness, organize matter. It's not the other way. If you let your body and mind dictate what you're going to think and say and do, then you're subjective to the body and mind. And most of what you have in your body and mind was given to you by the environment. It's not even yours. Most of what you have in your head right now isn't even yours. Question from Lauren. Why do I feel attacked by dark entities, and how can I combat this? Lauren, this is a huge phenomena happening on the planet right now. There are a lot of possessions going on around the planet right now because people are ignoring certain fundamental principles. We're not saying that that's the case. That's not the case for you, but a lot of people are lowering their frequency by bad eating, not taking care of their body, no grounding, no proper hydration. They're taking artificial stimulants like caffeine and alcohol, processed foods, processed sugars. They're doing things to their body that keep the vibration down. It keeps the body in a state of fear. When the body's in a state of fear, the vibration of fear attracts lower vibrational entities. That's why a lot of people in the street, you see them, they're screaming and yelling and wailing around the streets here. And more every day I see. And it's because they're not eating properly, they're not sleeping properly. There's things that they're not, that they keep their body and mind in a vibrational energy that is on the same frequency as lower vibrational entities. It's one of the reasons why we promote drinking good, healthy, clean water. It's why we promote going out and grounding after your meditations. It's why we promote eating good, live, living food, preferably raw if you can, vegetarian at the very least, but you want to raise the vibrational frequency of your body and then raise the vibrational frequency of your thoughts. Start changing the quality of your thoughts so that they're of high vibration. That does not mean that you should not be mindful that there are beings in this world that have a vested interest in others' suffering so that they can feed off them, right? Which is what we're seeing happening on the planet on a very massive scale. But this was meant to happen. All of this darkness has been put in front of us, and we as a species now get to choose. Do we want to stay aligned to the darkness and suffering, or do we want to realign ourselves to the light? Each of those choices will create a different result in time and space. The energy of fear will create a world, will recreate a world in an image and likeness of fear. Whereas the consciousness and energy of love will recreate a world in the image and energy of love. They're two very different manifestations of matter. So look at the areas of your life where you can raise your vibrational frequency up a little bit more. When you're in your meditation, if you feel like you got these lower vibrational entities coming around you, do not give them any attention. Put your attention on a space above the body, about 6 feet above the body, and a vibration or feeling of love. We'll be doing something similar to this today, again in the meditation. But it's really important to keep your biological and psychological vibration up. A lot of people don't know that the sun reacts. The sun is an energy. We're connected to the sun. Every single living form on this planet and the sun, we are intimately connected. And humanity is spending so much time in fear right now, that sends a signal to the sun. The sun sends a vibration back in response to it. Much the same way as if you go up to somebody you love and you say, I love you, and they feel a certain way, and they come up and they throw their arms around you, and you get a loving response back. But if you went up to somebody and went, I hate you, you're terrible, you'll get a different response back. Different energies organize matter differently. Different emotions organize matter very differently. And the sun is responding and reacting, as are all the other planets, to this vibrational energy that's coming in and what's going out. So be mindful. Align yourself to higher vibrations. And for those of you that are dealing with where your mind and body, and you're trying to meditate, your mind and body, like, oh, I can't do this, it's so hard. I promise you, if you keep your body still, even if it wants to jump out of the chair, you keep breathing still, keep it still, keep it still, keep your mind quiet. Your mind will scream, your body will fight with you to try and stay in control of you, right? Because mind and matter have been in control of your soul for most of your life. So keep your body, no matter what it wants to do. If it wants to scratch the nose, don't let it. Keep it completely still. You want to train your mind and body like an animal so it's doing what you need it to do. And I promise you, the more you persist in that matter, eventually one moment, you're going to suddenly feel the body, hey, this feels pretty good. I went through it. I went through that myself, where I wanted to scream and yell and run out of the room. And sometimes I did. I couldn't do it. I'd get up, I'd walk around the room, and then I would say, no, you're not going to do this. I'd bring my body back there. I'd sit back down. I'd breathe again, relax. And I went through that for several months of finally getting my body to the place where it said, okay, I'm going to do what you asked. If you want to sit in the chair, we're going to do that. And now I can meditate for 3-4 hours, and the time just goes by like that, right? So you want to train your mind and body so that it's operating from the plane of your awareness and not you operating on the plane of what it's been programmed with, right? Just watch any TV shows that are on TV right now, and most of them are about zombies and mistrust and don't love your neighbor. And even now we see that in the streets. People are afraid to go close to each other, you know? And it's all just programming. It's not who you are. Become the programmer, not the program. If you're going to watch any movies, watch The Matrix. That's a brilliant movie. It's very true to what's going on. Question from Tanya. What is my connection to my grandfather? He died in the Second World War. He came to me in a vision as an eagle. Right. He said, yes. He's trying to communicate to you that you need to rise up in spirit. He's there to help you to do this. the vibration of him as the eagle is the calling card for you to recognize the vibration to align yourself to align yourself to that higher vibrational energy. And again, we're going to start that in just a minute or two here. I'm not getting many questions on what we're actually doing, then that's okay. Let's scroll down here. Hi, Drusilla. I'll take one more question, then we're going to get into the meditation. Question from Drusilla. What is going to happen to the people in countries like North Korea? Will they be left behind through no fault of their own? Again, every single being on this planet, you are, I am, biologically speaking, psychologically speaking, you are exactly where you plan yourself to be, consciously or unconsciously. Modifications were made unconsciously on your behalf in childhood in that body. In other words, the information you were given by your environment programmed you to be the way you are at this moment, or the way you think you are at this moment. But from many lifetimes, you are all of us are exactly where we plan to be right now. We are exactly where we plan to be right now. No one gets left behind. Do not get seduced into the false reality that matter and mind is who you are. Matter and mind are merely mechanisms through which you may consciously or unconsciously express yourself. We recommend that you do so consciously, but those ones in different parts of the world that you see suffering will continue to suffer until they realize that they do not need to suffer. There is a choice in the process. If the choice is made without attempt to diminish others in that process, in other words, to acquire your happiness at the expense of others, then you will, rest assured, secure your happiness. But if any seek to acquire the fulfillment of their dreams and their light and their life at the expense of others, then woe to them, for they're the ones who will suffer greatly. Those that have been misled were misled in trust. No, there is none out of place here. There's nothing out of place here. Wow. So I'm just going to go over the process of meditation. It's deliberate transcendence is the premise, and it's a starting point. It's a starting point for getting your body to be your servant, not your master. Getting your mind to be quiet enough so that you can listen for the answers and the guidance that you seek from your source or from your angels or from relatives that are on the other side that aren't in form. It's learning to get your awareness aware enough that it can perceive these other dimensions of reality. It's a simple step, and it is a step. It's a starting point. Deliberate transcendence, getting your mind and body still so that you as an awareness can hear, ask, and receive. So the goal is to get you to that place where your mind and body is quiet and receptive so that when you ask Spirit a question like, what's the best thing for me to do in the next 2 hours? And I literally just had 15 things go right into my consciousness, literally come down that fast. You want to get to that place where information it's just there. Once you ask, you receive, and it is literally instantaneously. So if you want to know how it is I receive information, I've just got my mind and body in a place where I can just quiet and listen. So when you ask a question, I ask your question, and then information comes. And I've learned to trust the process because my mind isn't analyzing. My mind sometimes analyzes after the fact, but when I ask the question, the information is instantaneous. And it is for all of us. They tell me this all the time. Everybody's receiving the information. Most people can't hear it because they got so much going on in their mind, or they're so preoccupied with their bodies that they can't hear. They can't hear us, and that's a funny thing, that you need to learn to listen. We all do. We don't, and listen inside, because the outside world has its own rules for what it thinks you should be. And yet the truth is there's a set of principles, knowledge, and information that you have access to that will guide you on a path that will give you so much joy and so much bliss as you intended, right? But you have to choose, you have to ask. Free will is given to all of us. And in the process of getting your mind and your body still, you as an awareness are free then to begin to ask, what shall I do? What does this mean? Learn to ask questions. And this goes, of course, in conjunction with keeping your body in a relatively healthy, high energy state, keeping your mind peaceful and calm so that you are receptive to higher vibrational energies. Those three work together: awareness, mind, and body. One must be receptive to the other. As body is receptive to mind, mind is receptive to awareness or soul. And the quality of your mind and body will determine the quality of what you as an awareness can get down into matter. So this is just a beginning step. So please make yourselves comfortable. We're going to get started in just a moment. Wow, such a beautiful day today. This time of year, we were out just going for a walk with the dog just before I came live. And we have this street called Jarvis Street in Toronto that we live up on the main intersection of Bloor Street and Jarvis Street. And it is so sunny this today here in Toronto. And I was guided to get up and do some things. And I said, I think we need to go for a walk. Would you like to go for a walk? Let's go for a walk. So we ended up getting the dog and we walked down the street, and the sun was in such the perfect position that we walked all the way down the street with the dog. And to the point where they said to walk down to the street called College Street. So we walked down to College Street. And just as we reached College Street, the sun starts to disappear from that side of the street because we wanted to walk in the sun. That was my goal, is I want to walk in the sun. And then we crossed College Street, and literally the sun fills that whole side of the street for the whole walk back up. Now the street's completely shaded. But simple things like that, wanting to experience a beautiful sunny walk, was what I wanted. And that's exactly what happens. When you learn how to ask without your mind analyzing, well, should I do it this way? Once your mind and body are out of the way, you can ask and receive. And that's, again, the goal of this: get your mind and body more quiet and more quiet and more quiet so that you can ask and receive the information, the knowledge that you require to manifest the expression of your being in time and space. So take a long, slow, deep breath, and when you exhale, give your body complete and total permission to relax and let go. As you exhale, let all the muscles in your body relax and turn loose. Give every muscle in your body permission to relax. And then take another long, slow, deep breath. Feel the sensation of energy at the top of your lungs when they're full. And then exhale. And again, allow all the muscles in your body to go deeper. And when you let that last bit of air out of your lungs, feel the energy that is there. And then breathe deeply again. And as you exhale, give all the muscles in your body permission to be open and receptive to your awareness. Communicate the following thought to your body. I love you, and I will take care of you at all points of time and space. Thank you for being a part of my life. Just communicate that sequence of thoughts to your body again. I love you. I will take care of you at all points of time and space in my life. Breathe deeply again. And move your awareness into the space in the middle of your head. As you exhale, let all the thoughts in your mind become still and quiet. With each breath, allowing your mind to become quiet, calm, and peaceful. Just letting the thoughts go. And communicate the following thought to your mind. I'm willing to love you even if I do not understand you. And I'm willing to love you even more. Feel the way your mind and body respond to that thought. I'm willing to love you even if I do not understand you. Just feel how your mind and body respond to that thought. I'm willing to love you even if I don't understand you. And use your breath now to give your mind and body permission to go deeper as you become more aware. Deeper. Feel your body letting go more. Feeling your mind becoming quieter. Noticing your awareness becoming more aware of sounds within the space around your body and in the space beyond the room where your body is. Just notice you can be more aware with your mind and body still and quiet. Now breathe deeply, and as you do, allow your awareness to expand. And feel your awareness expanding and filling the space in the room around your body. And just feel how you experience the space in the room. Just feel the space in the room, the space between all objects. Become aware of the space. You may even be able to sense the space between your body and the walls. Feel the vibration of space. Allow your mind and body to feel the vibration of space. Give your mind and body permission to go deeper. And now consider a question that you want to have the answer to, and think that question into the space beyond your body. Just think the question into the space beyond your body. Once you have thought the question, be open to receiving whatever response you get as an image, a thought, sensation, or an emotion. Ask your question 3 times. Just allow the response. Don't try to grasp it or seek it. Just allow it. And ask your question 3 more times. If you've already received an answer, you may ask another question. Now take a moment to communicate a vibration of love as you understand it to be at this time down into your mind and body. Communicate what you know is a vibration of love for you at this time into your mind and body, and allow your awareness to feel how they respond when you communicate your vibration of love to them. Now communicate the following thought to your mind and body. Thank you for being a part of my life. I'm willing to love you, and I'm willing to love you more. Feel how your mind and body respond to that creation of thought. I'm willing to love you, and I'm willing to love you even more. Notice how the cells in your body respond. Now take a moment to remember the answers you received in response to your question or questions. Make a conscious choice to remember the response. And then very gently and easily breathe your awareness back into the body from the space around the body. Breathe your awareness back into your body. And take a moment to notice if there's a difference in how your body feels at this moment and how the space around your body feels at this moment. And very gently and easily open your eyes and return to this moment. But be aware of the difference in the energy in your body and the difference in the quality of your mind. Is your mind quieter or more still? What's important is you recognize that the way in which you interacted in this process is creating the result that you're experiencing in time space, which is your body and your mind. What's important is you experience your experience consciously, so you know that by following the steps you just followed, you created the change that you're experiencing in matter, which is your body and your mind. Understanding that you can train your mind and body to be in this state and greater still by applying this process regularly, you'll elevate, you'll develop a process of deliberate transcendence where you're no longer subjective to your mind and body, but your mind and body will be subjective to your love. Now just imagine how your mind and body would feel if it felt 10 times more potent than it feels right now, if it felt more relaxed or more open or more expanded, because that's what you're going towards. Once mind and body know that you will take care of them, you'll feed them properly, you'll give them love, you'll give them meditation, you'll go and you'll grow. When your body starts to feel loved by you, when your mind starts to feel loved by you, they become your servants, not your master. And in a lot of the biblical stories where it talks about the master went out on a journey, comes home, and the servants had taken over the house. It's really a metaphor. Your mind and body are the servants, and this is your house. And as a soul, you've been out traveling in this world, and now you've come home, and it's now time to put your house in order, your mind and your body. That's what that story is about, putting your mind and your body in order. Please take a moment to write your responses you got to your questions down. If you've got a pad or pen beside you, write whatever the response was for your question answers, whether it's a bird or it came into your imagination, or you got an actual voice that spoke and said, do this. Write the response you got down, because the response you got down is the response that you're able to receive at this time. The responses will change and evolve as you condition your mind and body to be more receptive to your awareness, and as you train your awareness to be more receptive to the energies that are more expanded around you, the ascended masters, the divine source. You learn to become sensitive to their awareness, their energy around you. Wonderful, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna go into a few more questions to answer about your experience. Please write down what your experience was from this short process of deliberate transcendence. We don't like doing things in a very complex way. We want it to be simple. Simple makes things easier and understandable. When you can experience something, you know it's true from your experience, not because we say so, which is why we do these meditations once a week, and we do the lessons during the week, and we build those energies up. Remember, you are not the body. The body is the instrument that you are using as a medium of communication in this physical dimension and expression. Thank you. Just going to turn that a bit that way. There we go. So, question from Shane. Can marijuana assist in healing? On a biological, strictly on a biological chemistry, it is, but it's always going to be temporary, Shane. When you learn how to meditate properly, you will never need another drug again. When you really understand, a lot of people have difficulty with this. They take pain medications, or they take emotional pain modifiers, medications that modify their emotional chemistry. That's all temporary. You're stuck on those chemicals for some people. I know people have been stuck on some prescription meds for decades before they finally realized they had to teach their mind and body how to be still and quiet. The body has to be trained. It's an instrument. It's like a dog or a cat. So eventually you get to a place where you'll get so buzzed on the DMT that your body naturally produces when you move into a higher vibrational state. Because once you start moving to higher states of energy, you start to utilize this gland called the pineal gland, which they also know is also known as the third eye. Once you start working with the pineal gland at higher vibrational energies, it starts to reorganize matter in a very different way. You start to get divine inspiration all the time. And DMT is a very potent chemical. People use it, it's found frequently in ayahuasca and other things like that. But your body will produce it naturally through meditation. Once you understand how to actually exercise that gland, how to make it work, right? We give instruction to how to get the pineal gland working in our mediumship courses and classes, which will be beginning in February next year for those of you that are interested in learning how to meditate and talk to your guides and angels and literally change your life, change your mind, become a master of this mind and body to the degree you're willing to allow. And they will begin February 13th. You can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, to register for the winter season in February. So please share your experiences from this meditation on the wall. Your experience, what you experience, will inspire others, right? And we learn from each other that way, right? Don't we? We learn from each other by experience. Question from Past Voice. You spoke about a boy who had warts and loved them away. Can today's meditation question be for anything transcending the limitations of? Absolutely. It's really wonderful that you remember that story, and to me it was phenomenal that happens. That when we dislike something, we get more of it. When we dislike something, we get more of it. When we love something, we get more of it. Whatever you give attention to, you're literally giving energy to. So yeah, you can use that to change things. This particular meditation to when your body is open and receptive, you can say to your body, "You are amazing." You can literally speak those words when every muscle in your body is completely open and receptive to your awareness, and you say to your body, "I love you so profoundly, and I'm so grateful for every breath and step and movement and heartbeat. I'm so grateful." And you go so deeply into that, and your body feels that. It feels that from you. Some of you will, when your body feels that love from you for the first time, it goes, "Oh, give me more," because it's like your body's like a dog or a cat. When you really start to love it, it starts to love you back, right? So yeah, you want to use it for that. So if you got specific things like a liver or a kidney that's suffering and struggling, give it love. But if any one part of your body is suffering, then the whole body is suffering. It's just that one part's revealing the pain more than others. Whether it's cancer or AIDS or kidney disease, if one part of your body is because there's an emotional energy in the system that's affecting it, and that emotion can be inherited. You can inherit emotions from previous family members. You can inherit emotional tendencies as equally as you can inherit physical conditions, but most physical conditions are effects of emotional causes, whether they're caused by you consciously or unconsciously, or whether you inherited those emotional causes. That's why they call it heredity, because you inherit it. Wonderful. So glad to hear that, Tanya. Yes, absolutely, Robin. It will help you connect through guides. Because remember, you're getting your body, you as a soul are distracted by your mind and body all the time. Your body's listening to things, hears noises, your mind is thinking about that thing and this thing. Your soul is distracted from being aware of what it is aware of besides this. So yes, this meditation will absolutely, practiced longer and deeper, will get you to a place where, yes, you'll experience that. You'll actually experience that letting go, that receptivity where you're saying, "Okay, Spirit, Archangel Michael, Master Jesus," I know, sorry. When I speak their names, they come instantly, right? So that instantaneous communication, because I'm not distracted. So yeah, when your mind and body are quiet, that's when you can actually hear. You can hear when you're busy too. I mean, I'll be going through the day and suddenly they'll come in talking, but my mind is not going blah, 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 all the time. My mind is pretty quiet most of the time. And you have to train your mind to be quiet. even while my mind is preoccupied in communicating with you, I, as an awareness, am still listening to them. I can feel them present with me, wanting to say things or not wanting to say things or waiting for your questions. So there's a process of awareness that allows you to articulate on all levels without being distracted or localized to one. In other words, I'm not locked into my body. So I'm not then perceiving things from a physical safety perspective, fight or flight. I'm not locked in my thoughts. You want to get to that place, yes, this meditation will do that for you. I know, they keep telling me I like to over-explain things sometimes. And I do. It's not that I want to over-explain. I really want you to be free. I want all of you to be free from this. And I want you to free this so that it can serve you. And I want you to be free from this so that it can serve you. What you came here as a soul to carry out. You can't know what that is when you're distracted by your thoughts and you're distracted by survival. It's very hard to get connected to source. So these simple meditations that we do every week will lead you to the same place of awareness, that you are the sentient awareness that is living through mind and matter, and that you have to learn to organize mind and matter so that the world around you begins to reflect your creative process as a soul, as a deliberate creator, as Abraham Hicks would say. Yes, it is. Well, that's good to hear. Wonderful. So grateful, guys. Yeah, one of the things I was going to say, if you want to support this work and these messages, we do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Shortcuts for Your Soul, and then we do the meditation. And whatever support you can offer us through my Patreon page, you can remember my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. You can also do donations through PayPal and support our work that way. You can also use the super chats in the conversation panel. Just click on the little dollar symbol and you can offer super chats. Another way to support these messages. Also, for those of you that really want to go deeply into releasing yourself from your past and getting into the present moment of what you are and to begin to articulate your purpose, our mediumship program does amazing things. Our last group of people, we got people going out and they're doing their mediumship programs. Their lives have changed. This is not just a course for talking to your guides and angels. It's literally a life-transforming program. If you don't want to take them all, then at least take Mediumship 102 course, which is staggeringly powerful. And also I want a reminder to all my patrons today. Tomorrow, I will look forward to seeing you guys during the live event. We're going to be doing the Healing with the Masters for our special event this month. It's not the 7th on 7, because our Patreons get spontaneous meetings that, like tomorrow, we're doing a healing session. And then on the 7th day of the 7th hour of every month, at 7 p.m., we do a group chat with patrons, and we do bring our guides and angels through it. It's really fun. And then I do a monthly draw for patrons as well. You can win a free reading with me. We do that draw on the 1st of every month. And it's been really great. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys will come join. Yes. Wonderful when you get simple answers like that, isn't it? Yep. Thank you guys for sharing your experience. Yes. That's what it's all about, is that process. Once your mind and body, because your body and mind are not geared to living in stress. That's why a lot of people are sick and diseased, is because they're so stressed out about the world and survival that they haven't trained their mind and body to align to who you are. When you're in alignment with who you are, the choices you make, the things you do are very different than the choices you make based on what you've been taught to think about. And most people are making choices based on what they've been told to think or told to do or told to say, rather than what they can know from source. Your guardian angels, God, whatever you want to call it, is around us all the time. They're always with us. And better to go to somebody who knows more about something than somebody who knows less about what you know. Don't go to a car mechanic if you want brain surgery, right? Go to Master Jesus. If you want to know about love and enlightenment, go to Master Jesus. Don't talk to somebody who's having problems in their relationship. Question from Ayu. I feel I am doing a lot of transmuting work in my body. It feels like I am releasing a lot. Can you tell me something about what's happening with that? Thank you. There's They're saying, why would you ask a question that you have already indicated you understand the process you are in? The simplicity is that you will continue to do this, and as you do, greater insight and understanding will unfold for you. There's longer. You need to do this with greater clarity of what it is. You must learn to ask us for greater clarity. Not this. Getting your mind and your body into the position where it is receptive to you as the awareness, and you as awareness are receptive to the higher principles of your being. You will then be able to recondition your physical and mental world to a very different expression, which is the process you are in. It's the process you are in. Thank you. Yes, it is very powerful, so simple. It's okay, Lauren, you can go back and do the question. No worries. I'm so grateful you guys are doing all this. This is what you need to you need to be putting up. Share your experiences. I'm so grateful. And remember to like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you can, share the video with others. Share this information with other people. There are so many people that are struggling with mental and emotional health issues that aren't even aware that just by simply sitting and breathing and training their body to relax repeatedly, that they'll teach their body to become and their mind to become different. They can train their mind and body into a new state. The mind and body cannot do it by itself. And no pill or drug is only temporary. But once you learn to train your mind and train your body, and I've had people come and say, but it's so intense, I can't sit down there and I just want to, and I said, stay still. That's just your mind and body fighting for control because it's terrified. Keep your body relaxed. Let it know it's going to be okay. You're going to take another breath, relax you even more. Breathing is so powerful. But please share this information with others. This is the time of ascension where this knowledge and information is coming through. Many, many, many light workers are bringing these truths through in different ways. But we are all fundamentally saying the same thing. Align yourself to your highest light and let that guide your path, where your body will go and your mind will go. Let you be the light of that. Do not let your mind and body govern you. The time of mind and body governing the soul is over, right? And you're seeing all the darkness coming up to the surface to be released. Do not follow the voice of fear. Follow the voice of love, right? Okay. I'm going to take one more question. Oh, you're welcome. It's not that people are afraid to listen. The mind and body are so used to being in control that they don't know any other way. I know because I was there. I was in a place in my life where my mind and body was more in control than I was. And I wanted to kill myself because my mind was insane at that time. My mind was insane with fear and doubt and guilt and shame. I used to think I was my thoughts. Right? You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are information in your mind that you've either acquired from the world or you've acquired from other beings. But you want to become conscious of what thoughts your brain is thinking, because they'll alter what your body does. Your body perceives your thoughts in your mind as if they're real. Right? Your body can't distinguish between fantasy and reality. But yeah, people will come when they realize they could end their suffering. I mean, look at Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, or Neil Donald Walsh's book, Conversations with God. Those are books that people flock to, that recognize there was a greater knowledge of information available to them than what they were getting from this world. And that's becoming become more pronounced now. There's a question. Here we go. Question from Dova Queen. I work overnight to be available to my kids throughout the day, mainly because of past trauma. Have diabetes, so not ideal hours to work. How do I know I am choosing the right path? This is a great question, Dova. And yes, there is a bitterness. There is a bitterness in your mind and body that needs your love. You need to love your mind and body. You know this already. You're already saying this. If you want to change, then you must feel the change you want first. If you could be working the job and the hours that you loved, that would make your body feel joyful and happy, because your body's, a lot of people do this today. A lot of people get sick because they don't know how to creatively change their life. They don't know how to work with thought and energy. So the only way they think they know how to correct things is by getting sick. No, your emotion, your awareness is what organizes the conditions of your, go into a feeling of every morning, get up as often as you can, think about how it would feel working the hours you'd want to work. Really go into the feeling of how would it feel if I were working the hours I really want to work, and stay connected to that feeling. And whenever anything's going on around you that contradicts that, remember that feeling. This is how I want to really feel. And stay connected to that feeling. And the more you stay connected to that feeling, the more you begin to initialize that energy into mind and matter. Right? Always starts as above, so below. Oh, you're welcome, Possum. Wonderful. Wonderful. That's wonderful. A question. Have you a message for me, please, William? We are having tough times. I know, Suzanne. Understand, when I commune with your daughter's soul, she's a very beautiful soul, and she's got great joy in her spirit. She has not figured out, as an awareness, she's not figured out how to articulate her joy into her expression without allowing others to be a substitute for her perception of self. What do you mean by that? I'm sorry, I'm just talking your daughter's higher self. That she still uses others as a reference point for whether or not she is okay in this world. She's saying, I have not learned how to recognize my own self and to allow my frame of reference to be determined by who I am. I am still entrapped in the world determining what I think and feel. I have to get reconnected to myself. Share this meditation with her. Just get her to do that meditation. If she doesn't want to watch this video, walk her through it. Watch it a few times and then do it with her. Walk her through it. Do it with her. Literally, even if you do it over the phone with her, have her do this. And have her keep doing it until her body and mind surrenders to her. Right now, her body's terrified of what's going on in the world. A lot of people are. And they're reacting to it rather than realizing, oh, I can create a different emotional energy and function differently in this world. Great question, though. Thank you so much. And my love and blessings, and their love and blessings. With the use of tachyon chambers, help to fix my health problems. Thank you. If you did the meditation today, Violetta, if you did the meditation and you ask for the energy to be given to restore your health, ask to be given the energy. Yes, sorry, yes. Somebody's actually sending the energy to you right now, asking for the energy to restore your body now. Like asking for that and allowing that. Asking for it and allowing it. Use the meditation and make that your question. Can you give me the energy to heal my body? And feel the vibration. Because once you feel that energy of the vibration that heals your body, when you can feel that coming in the body, if you feel it more and give it more attention, then you'll amplify it. And if you feel it more and you give it more attention, you'll amplify it. So ask for that. Make that your question when you do this meditation again. Wonderful. 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 So grateful to see so much change happening with all you guys. You know, you guys are doing the work, and that makes all the difference. When you experience it, you get to know the truth. Last question from Jana, and then we're going to wish you a wonderful day. Question from Jana. I am hearing my guides. Am I hearing my guides better, or am I still more in the head? They're saying, you're always hearing us, but your mind does not reveal what you hear, for it has your ear You must close your ear to the mind and hear what you hear with your soul. So again, do the meditation. Right? This is deliberate transcendence. Your mind has to be trained just like your body. It has to be trained to be still and quiet. A lot of people don't realize the mind has to be taught. Except people in power and control know that will control your mind for you. You can let others control your mind for you or learn to do it. And it takes time. But it can be a shorter time if you're doing it deliberately. Like I said, it took me quite a few years, I'd say about 10 years, to get my mind under enough control that I was now able to start creating my life deliberately rather than allowing it to happen, hopefully, right, based on my past programming. So again, do the meditation. Train your mind and body to be still and quiet so that you can start to hear us. All of you can. You can hear us. You just have to learn to hear with the inner ear, right? Do not give thought to that which is what you do not need. Oh, you're very welcome, Margot. Well, everybody, I want to thank you all for your love, your support, your attention, your focus, your patience. I want to wish you much love today and enjoy wherever you are. Do this meditation. Become the master of your temple again. Stop being the servant in your own house. You're not here to serve the needs of the body. You're here to train the body to be what you need it to be. Give it the right food, the right health, the right clothing, the right shelter. You need to train your mind. You don't want to be subjected to it anymore. And I want to wish you a wonderful, joyful day. Again, much love. And we will see you on Monday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. And I believe I've got a Metatron coming in on Monday. Yes? Okay. So we'll see you guys on Monday. Much love.